Of course, that I'm on travel, I do not have my Nintendo Switch. And of course, it's the week that I'm not home do they decide to announce that they're adding missions and rewards to Nintendo Switch Online. Very interesting approach here because this kind of getting people spun up for an online service seems like it would have been something that came along the launch of the original Nintendo Switch Online offering years ago. This is kind of weird that they're adding this now because it feels more like a tutorial on how to use it and almost an incentive for people to log in to receive some sort of rewards rather than any real, I don't want to say ingenuity, but I do have some thoughts on it. So, what am I talking about in case you have no idea? Well, Nintendo Switch has their online service that you could pay into. Right now, it is used primarily for multiplayer purposes and for the ability to cloud save and access to the catalog of the old school Nintendo or Super Nintendo games. If you have the expansion pack, that gives you some premium DLC for specific games like Animal Crossing or Mario Kart's upcoming. You also get Genesis and N64 titles as well. But they're adding more. They're going to be adding exclusive missions. Now, here is a screenshot of the missions that they are showing. These are weekly missions that involve you doing incredibly basic things. Now, I would hope that over time the missions will become more advanced, kind of in the lines of what Xbox currently does with the Xbox Game Pass rewards program, where you get points for logging in and playing 3 Game Pass games a week, or completing so many challenges, or logging so many hours. These are very basic starter missions. Basically, play a game that supports online play, try a piece of software, play an NES classic game, log into the service, that sort of thing. You're going to be getting the platinum points. We'll talk about what those are in a minute in case you're not familiar. What are you going to be able to use these for? Well, the platinum points are a set of currency that you get for completing these missions. Now, you could get these from other ways too. You get them weekly just by logging into the Nintendo website. Maybe this is a way to kind of bring some of that functionality into the console. But it's going to be used to buy avatars. So, what they have decided, and this may change later, but there are going to be different icons that you can select from. Right now, I want to say there's maybe 20 or so icons you can select. It's basically the classic Nintendo roster. You're able to change the background. So, you could have Samus with a green box behind her head, or Bowser with a black box behind his head. Very, very basic. Looks like they want to expand into some of their incredibly deep IP to create even more things to select from. The kicker here is that the frames, the characters, and the background elements that you unlock will change. Each month, there will be a different theme, and the icon elements within that theme will be refreshed weekly. So this is definitely one of those FOMO things. It reminds me a lot of what the Nintendo 3DS. I think even the DS did it as well. I know because I got a 3DS, so I don't remember if the DS did it. But you remember the StreetPass system, where you could walk around and log in every day, meet other people, to have people fight for you in the little mini games that would unlock more icons and that sort of thing. This seems kind of like a iteration of that, maybe a resuscitation of that particular service. Starting off of this month, they are going to offer Animal Crossing. So, Animal Crossing characters who have March birthdays, as well as some Super Mario Odyssey logos. And there's some good ones here. Everybody knows the absolute best person in Animal Crossing is Cranston. I don't see Cranston here. He was my buddy. I loved Cranston. I played Animal Crossing, I think, for over 100 days straight. Right when the pandemic hit, it was a great feel-good game. It just kind of took my mind off of things. and my little avatar became fast friends with Cranston, the very flighty bird. So when Cranston gets on, I'll definitely bite on that. In terms of the Mario Odyssey stuff, I think these are pretty cool screenshots of various moments in the game, whether they're enemies or specific things, action scenes. Here you got a little bit of Mario doing a little swim here. You got, just the different levels. It's kind of cool. Um, you could also, use these coins to unlock other rewards as well, which is actually really, really cool. So I wanted to jump over here quickly to the My Nintendo Rewards website, which does offer both virtual and physical rewards. The physical rewards do require shipping. You could see here these platinum points range are a little bit more for the physical things, and they do vary from time to time. The last thing I bought was I bought a pair of Metroid Dread posters. They were 1,000 platinum points for the set of two like laminate posters. But you could see some different things here that you can earn. These stationery, like calendars, phone ring tags, that sort of thing. And this store changes routinely. There's stuff that's constantly coming and going. I've seen pins before, I've seen sticker sets, coloring books, pencil cases, pretty much anything they can slap a Nintendo character on, they will. Which is actually really, really cool. And, these do, like I said, there are other ways to get rewards as well. You could also, you get rewards by buying and playing certain games, and you can redeem the rewards for other mobile things like Super Mario Run, for example. I know you can use that. I know there's a Fire Emblems mobile game. There's a Mario Kart mobile game. You can use the coins as well to buy in-game skins or bonuses or tickets or whatever the currency is to get those things as well. So it's actually really cool, I think, what they're doing. I mean, it's a very small baby step, right? I mean, we're basically just in the infancy of where this service could go. But I think when you try to emulate the success that you've seen with StreetPass and the success you've seen with Xbox Game Pass in terms of user engagement. That's really where I think the Nintendo Switch suffers when you look at them compared to the Xbox, compared to the PlayStation, and in my case, a gaming PC. They're all fighting for my attention. And when Nintendo Switch games come out, I invest a lot of time and I'm laser focused on them. But it's not a system that I personally kind of log into daily. It's a good second or third system. It's not something that's always on my mind. All the big AAA titles like Elden Ring or Shadow Warrior 3 or those kind of games, they're not coming to Nintendo Switch. Now, when Advance Wars comes out, yeah, I'm going to be on this thing every day. I'll be playing it for months, but it's not there yet. And they have a pretty robust IP of characters that they could select from, too. So there's definitely, and as I'm scrolling down, it just keeps popping in more and more. You'll probably recognize some of these. So there's a deep catalog here for Nintendo to buy into. And I think the character icon that is currently available on the Nintendo is actually a really good start. I feel like that's a great place to kind of get going in terms of let's kind of see what the traction is. I could see themes becoming more of a thing on your not just your character icon, but themes for your Nintendo Switch. I could see this expanding and customizing more, and it's going to become a thing of FOMO. You're going to want to get into this. You're going to want to continue, buying into this and getting these things. So, and it's free, so why not, right? So check out the missions on your Nintendo Switch. Chip away at them. Either you earn some of those points, cash them in, or bank them for later for a physical reward. And I think it's good Nintendo is continuing to expand their online presence because it's definitely the weakest part of their offering right now. That'll wrap up today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.